to the biggest question of all for the YouTubers. What's up, socials? Happy Social Thursday. I want to talk to you today about multiple YouTube channels and whether it's actually necessary in your life. For those of us who have been YouTube fans for a long time, we've noticed a lot of our favorite YouTubers have multiple channels and pretty much assume that we probably need multiple channels too. But the fact of the matter is the platform, YouTube, has changed so much over the years, it may not exactly be necessary for you to have multiple channels. It just depends. So let's start with me. I've been on YouTube for quite some time, and I started the Schmittastic channel. That's where I've always uploaded. That's where I uploaded lots of friendly encounters with people and just my life casting, if you will. But when I started Savvy Sexy Social, I knew that was going to need a completely different YouTube channel. It was going to be targeting a very different audience, and it needed to be very clear what the call to action would be on that channel so that I could make sure that the content strategy was working in favor of business building. So that's a really good example of when multiple channels are necessary. Something I do regret is probably starting an iPhone channel. I did this because I wanted all my iPhone videos to go to one specific place, but the reality is they probably all could just go to the Schmittastic channel, and it all works toward the greater cause, because all of that is live casting, and all I'm doing by having 3 channels where 2 of them actually could be combined is spreading my audience very thin. So it's really important that you should think early on about whether or not you actually need that second channel. If you really don't even have 1,000 subscribers, much less 10,000 or more, the likelihood that you need a second channel for what's working toward the same branding effort is very, very, very small. Especially these days with the new features on YouTube where you could put iPhone videos or unedited content or however you're differentiating things into different playlists. And that way when somebody gets to your channel and they're like, oh, I don't really care about the out and about stuff with the iPhone, but if I do want to just watch what they're doing in studio, their edited content is really high quality, I'll just watch that playlist and I'll watch for those updates. It's not necessarily a clean experience as a subscriber. You still would have to decide before you watch it if this is the kind of content you like or not. But if it's all working toward the same goal, you probably should just get everybody in one place. Being in a place where you're like, oh, maybe I have around 500 people subscribed to my main channel and just a few people subscribed to my iPhone channel, why are you doing that to yourself? There's no reason to. Put it all in one place, and then when you get to a point where everybody's upset about how things are going and you need to start separating things, but you have a lot of people, enough people for you to make that action happen, then you separate them into 2 channels if you really have the need. But if you have multiple channels and they're all working toward the same goal, there's really no reason for it. You're making it much harder for your audience to just know exactly where to go and stay loyal to that spot. However, if you have a live casting channel and maybe you're trying to target people in a more professional way with specific content and they don't care what you ate for lunch or whether your dog is cute, yeah, that's probably a really, really good reason to have a separate YouTube channel. That's all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe to Amy's Elite so you don't miss a beat. That link's in the annotation below. That's my email update that goes out, and just make sure you get all the content, which I don't want you to miss anything, okay? So subscribe, and I will be back next week for Savvy Tuesday.